Hey guys, it's Amber. Join me today for a quick tour of Blountville, Tennessee. So here we are in the historic downtown of Blountville. And we're going to look at a couple of the buildings here. There's the Sullivan County Courthouse building. And there's a sign over there about the Battle of Blountville that I'm going to take you over to see. There's a lot of history here in the downtown Blountville, so this isn't really a downtown that you would expect like in Bristol, where there's lots of shops and bars and things like that. This is more of a historic downtown. So this is out in front of the courthouse to tell a little bit more about the Battle of Blountville. So actually the inside of this courthouse was burned. They have the date on here as September 22nd, 1863. They were fighting over the railroad, and there was a battle that lasted for a few days, and it ended in the inside of this courthouse actually being burned. So there's some more information. There's a few plaques here. Honestly, I've lived in Blountville before. I've lived in Bristol. I've lived in Bluff City, and I've really never came to look at these. Isn't it kind of funny how you live somewhere but you never go and look at the history? The Old Deery Inn was actually where they would bring the elderly and the sick whenever all the firing started. And they would go in the cellars of a lot of the older solid buildings. And so this was one of those buildings. Going to see the Cannonball House. So this house is called the Cannonball House because during the Battle of Blountville, a cannonball, or probably more than one, launched through this house. It was not destroyed, obviously, but a cannonball literally went through it. And there it still stands. So that is a church, the Blountville United Methodist Church. And then there's the downtown area that we just looked at. So this is the area where the farmers market in Blountville is, and that is the back of the courthouse, of the historic courthouse that we toured earlier. So we're here at Powell's. You have the courthouse and the jail. There's a couple of restaurants like Burger King, the health department, the animal shelter is down that way. And so in this area right here, we're probably about 1 or 2 minutes from the downtown area. There's a Hardee's over here beside of the Powell's. So it's just a small area. There's actually a roundabout, and then you can get to any of these places pretty easily. From right here, I'm probably 5 minutes from the interstate, and there's also easy access to get to Bristol without going on the interstate as well. So just a little convenient area. This is kind of where the busiest area of Blountville is, in my opinion. So this morning I had a brunch meeting at the Fox's Den Board Game Cafe. I tried it for the first time and it was super awesome. And I'm standing in the parking lot and we're looking at Highway 394. You can see the fireworks store. The interstate is over there, so it's pretty close to Blountville. You can get on the interstate here. I'm going to just give you a little bit of view. So the road right in front of us is Highway 394 and it runs through Blountville. So this is just a little small shopping center, and I'm going to show you where the Fox's Den is. It was a super cute little place. And they have kind of brunch items and teas and coffees, and I had a work meeting in there. So I just wanted to give you a little view of this here in Blountville. So we're in a small little shopping center that's off of Highway 394. You can see some of the little shopping things here, a couple of restaurants, there's a Dollar General. We clearly don't have enough Dollar Generals here in Tennessee. There's a couple other little places here, there's a dentist office, and then this is my favorite Mexican restaurant. It's called La Corona. I used to eat there literally like every single day. So I'm in the same little shopping center that we just drove through, and I wanted to kind of show you a few of the things here off of 394. So across the street, we have a Food City. They're remodeling the front of the Food City. So it's a little shopping area. We've got Shoku, Giovanni's Italian restaurant. There's an AutoZone. Looks like there's a nail place. There's a grill and cafe, a tobacco shop, State Farm. And honestly, some of these little shops go in and out of this building, and Food City is pretty much always there. On up the road, we've got O'Reilly's Auto Parts, a Dollar Tree, an Eastman Credit Union, and there's some other things up that way. There's a car wash, and then headed this way, just headed toward Bristol and Blountville, there's a Walgreens over here, there's a McDonald's, there's a barber shop on the corner. That little building on the corner there kind of comes and goes as different things. And this 394 is the main highway through Blountville. It's usually pretty busy because it is the main way that people get from the interstate. When they get off the interstate, this is the place it brings them. As far as the housing in Blountville, there's a lot of diversity, which is pretty common in the state of Tennessee, at least East Tennessee, and then also Southwest Virginia, where I work. There is just quite a lot of diversity. So this is actually a neighborhood. Honestly, I don't feel that there's like a ton of neighborhoods. There's a lot of streets that homes are on, but there's just not a lot of neighborhoods. So this is actually a neighborhood. All the homes in here are site built. A lot of these homes are super pretty. I actually used to live in this little neighborhood, and it is off of 394 in Blountville. So So you can kind of see just the kinds of homes that are in this neighborhood. So this is one option. There's also areas of Blountville where there are homes with more land. So if you were looking for an acre or more, there are homes like that. These are just homes inside of a subdivision, so they actually don't have that. A couple of these homes may have a double lot, but for the most part, they don't. So this is just a small subdivision, like I said, off of 394, so it's super convenient to all the places that we've gone to in this video. I would say everything in this video that I've shown you so far is really maybe 10 minutes from this little neighborhood. So when I lived here, it was very convenient. It's very close to the interstate. So this is just one neighborhood of homes. Most of these homes, honestly, a lot of the people that lived here, I've lived here for many, many years. I remember when I rented a home in this neighborhood, and the lady had owned it for 30 some years. So this is just one little peek at a small neighborhood in Blountville. So that is Northeast State Community College. It's really close to the airport. I'm on the road circling the airport that takes me over to our flight school area, and it takes me around to the rental cars, and that was the college over there, so I can see the buildings from here. So it's super close. And there's the rental car place. There's the return. And that's part of the runway. There's also a flight school over here. So it's really close to the airport. I'll just kind of drive over and show that. So we're headed over to the flight school, where you can see there's a Tri-City aviation sign. Actually spent a lot of time over here because my husband trained to be a pilot here, so we spent a lot of hours in these small little planes over here. So this is the flight school parking lot, and then there's the Tri-City aviation building to the right, and then the flight school we're going to see when we turn in here. You can kind of see a little bit better view of the runway from here too. There's the runway. And then that is the flight school and where all the flight school planes are. So if you're wanting to train to be a pilot, you can do it in there. Thank you so much for watching my tour of Blountville, Tennessee. If you like this video and you want to see more like this, like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the little bell so you can see me again. Thanks for watching. See you soon.